Poker sticks, what was that? Creases, I like that one. Tape. Anything else?
Disappointment.
What was that for that?
Disappointment.
Disappointment. Right, we're going to have all of those things. Natalie will put it in somehow, somewhere. Are you back?
Tape. Puzzle sticks. Disappointment. Anything else?
Tape. Disappointment. Tennis balls. Creases. Alright, so just put 2 chairs up front and sit out of the way. And
Hello, good afternoon. How are you today? Welcome. Thank you, sir. We do have a special section here. That was great. Thank you. Welcome to my show, the Improv Show. We are here to answer your questions on the most pressing issues of today. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna bring on my first expert. Now, I know you've all been emailing my show saying, Amber, what are we gonna do about the state of our toys? We've had a lot of emails saying that they're upset with their toys, and I did find you an expert. Now, ever since a child, he hasn't found a toy he liked. And he's particularly been in the press recently deriding pogo sticks. I'm just going to bring him out. He's going to tell you about his new book and why he thinks all children's toys should be banned. Without further ado, please welcome Edward Smeaton to the stage. Mr. Edward, thank you. Hi. Please have a seat. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great. So, I need to ask you, why were you ever disappointed in your toys, and what is it about pogo sticks? Just freestyle.
Well, may I? Thank you. Of course, when one is a child, one is presented with all manner of toy, and usually they are levelled a lot lower than the intellect of a child. I, for example, was incredibly clever as a child, which has led to a life of abject misery and numbing disappointment. This started off, a stickle brick. It resembled more of a minnow than a stickleback. It was not...
Why pogo sticks, though?
Yes, I was getting to that, of course. The idea of a pogo stick is to be able to jump slightly higher than you would be able to if you didn't have one.
Yeah.
However, what I learned from a very young age is that if you want to achieve that height, you simply wait, maybe get enough calcium in your diet, and you will ultimately reach that height eventually. Thus meaning that not only did the pogo stick disappoint as a toy for what it could offer, it also disappointed when I reached adulthood and achieved that height naturally.
No, I'm sorry. We do have people in my audience who emailed me who know that actually it was the horrible maiming of your mother in a freak pogo stick accident that's caused this hatred of the pogo stick, and I want to talk about that.
People have been very quick to put those two facts together, but to me that's just cynicism to me. That's essentially just trying to sell more column inches of my unfortunate. Admittedly, it was my pogo stick from the sharpened pogo stick company that was responsible for the maiming of my mother, and what? Yeah, I know, I'm fine. And so obviously the unfortunate thing was obviously, what with that one being a pogo stick I had adapted to bounce a lot higher than even an adult would be, it did mean we didn't get off the ceiling for a few days, and that was. Yes, it wasn't pleasant, but really, I think to draw a parallel between that and my attitude towards pogo sticks and toys in general, and my disappointment and misery, I think it's a bit rich.
May I get, before I bring my next guest on, I think you should talk about your new book that you just brought out.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Put That Down, You Terrible Boy is my new book about toys. It's partly a history book, talking about the history of toys. We go back all the way to ancient Egypt, where they were just given mummy bandage cut-offs to play with. And to me, I really think that represented the golden age of toy making. Toys truly represented the misery and despair that I know them to, but now you've got smiley faces on them, and I'm frankly opposed to them. But really, I think I put in the best argument in chapter 8, which was Rubik's Cube, damn you. And I mean, if this was supposed to stimulate the mind, then quite frankly, the same thing could be said about a pancake or a pair of overalls. It's nonsense.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you might enjoy my next guest. He's been in the paper quite a lot. He does have a fan base in the audience. They will go crazy when I bring him on. His latest stunt was to cover himself in duct tape and have himself delivered to the Queen because he was upset that whenever he got his mail through the post, it was creased. He's done many other things, and he's going to tell us about some of those. Contain yourself, ladies, and you, sir. I know you're excited. Please welcome to my show, Mr. Chris Fitchface. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, have a seat, sir. So, duct taping yourself and sending yourself to the Queen. What happened when she opened you?
She was fucking surprised. That's what happened.
Yeah. What was how were you really upset about your nail being creased? Really?
Oh, I was really upset. Yeah, like that. Oi! Why is it creased? Really?
Yeah, well, you know what? You have become the king of surprises. Even had a fist fight with Scylla, Black, because she was jealous. What are the other things you've done?
She's a bitch.
Yeah, I know Scylla. She's a bitch. What are the other things you've done? I'm going to hand you the mic.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, I did all sorts. A lot of it revolves around... Sorry. I did a lot of stuff. A lot of it revolves around duct tape. That's my favourite. Duct tape this, duct tape that, duct tape, and duct tape your cat. See what I mean? I'm a lot of fun.
Have you done
Have I? No. I don't. Have you got a cat? Gobsmacked, look at that. Stardom. He sees a star in front of him, and he thinks, oh, I'd like his autograph.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me. I'm the king of the duct tape.
Well,
that's what they call me.
What's the biggest surprise you've thrown for someone?
Well, the Queen was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did get number 10 though once.
Really?
Yes. I take my bottles to the letterbox. Hilarious. I got my own show coming up.
Yeah. What's that?
Duct tape.
What do you do in your show?
I duct tape things. To other things.
Oh. Is it true that you're going for a world record with your duct tape? You're trying to see how many animals you could duct tape together?
No.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's fun. See what
Yeah.
Rama.
Oh,
I said, meet you later, pub. Couple of,
Yeah. Before you go on, I know that a lot of you are very excited about our guest today, and then some of you had questions. Does anyone have a question for? Well, we'll start with you. Does anyone have a question for him while you're here? Yeah, we got 2. Well, let's start with you. We'll come to you. What's yours?
Would you ever work with anything or any other kinds of tape?
Would you ever work with any other kind of tape?
Fuck off.
Quite precious with his tape. Yeah. And you, madam?
Have you ever tried to tape any toys?
Oh my God. Did you try to tape any toys? And what's your stance on toys?
Well, I did once try to tape some Legos together, but they were a bit redundant. But, you know, I'll tape it.
In my opinion, all Legos should be redundant.
Very strong words, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go pub with him.
No.
In answer to your question, I've just answered it, so is that okay? I once taped a buckaroo to a Connect 4. Didn't work.
I can imagine. Does anyone have any questions for our second guest here? Anyone? Yeah, you. Yeah.
What do you believe is the most abhorrent toy?
What is the most abhorrent toy? I love that word. It's quite sexy.
Well, it is an interesting question, of course, but I would imagine that there was no darker time than when the proliferation of the hoop and stick was quite frankly a plague on rural Britain, and it's very well accounted that the popularity of the hoop and stick was what initially caused Kaiser Wilhelm to start his nonsense out in Eastern Europe. And there's a long pattern. I won't go into it now, as that's for my second book. Hoop-de-doo. The fall of the Prussians. And it's, quite frankly, if there were fewer hoops and sticks about, there wouldn't be the bomb today. So I honestly feel that. And people tried to dress it up. 1950s came along. They discarded the stick, made the hoop a lot prettier and started to spin it around their middles. But of course, we all know that is... I know, but you should know that is actually part of a voodoo rite. And as such, I would thank you not to do it in front of me.
Does anyone else have a question? Oh, you.
I've got a question. Is he from Blue Tack?
What?
Is he from a rival company?
Oh, no, we strip search everyone on the way in here. I've been through...
Have you got something against duct tape, son?
No, we went through his credentials. He's clean, but I did have a question on here. What was that question?
Yes, you don't want to give children toys. What is your alternative?
Oh, what is your... Oh, good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I appreciate the question. As I put in the conclusion to my book, Put That Down, You Bad Boy, I honestly feel that children should be given nothing but a mess tin, a spork, and perhaps a small Swiss Army knife. And because they are tools, they are implements that will only improve your life. If they are given idle playthings, then frankly, that's not a world I wish to live in.
Well, I'd like to thank both my guests. You were amazing today. Thank you.
Nice.
No, thank you, sir. Anyone who finds their car duct taped outside, you know who it was. So, all that's left for me to say is join me on my next show. We'll be raising money for the rehabilitation and re-release of Wayne Rooney into the wild on that one. So join us for that, and thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you.